if you're sharing videos and stuff and you get kicked out of certain Facebook groups because of it, you didn't need to be in there anyway. Those are people that don't want you to do better. Those are people that won't mention you. They don't care about you. All they want you to do is sit there and follow their lead. Because as soon as you sit there and try to help, and they're like, "Dang, dude's for views." You think I'm posting stuff on your Facebook group for views? It's because I care about helping other people, and y'all invited me over there. And then my videos got taken down on there, and then you're kicking people off for sharing my videos. So I don't know, man. That ain't for me. Like I say, I don't like too many tricks, and just the community in general. The SP gang has come up hard, and they support me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of support over here with SP. Some people say that it's just a flex to get older gear. But no, it's a flex whenever you're trying to make your sound better. It's like being in a gym and being mad at the dude because he's so swollen. He's like, oh, he's just flexing. It's like, no, that's what you're there to do. That's what we're here to do, is make great music, great sounds. I might not make the greatest music, but my sounds will sound really good, and they'll inspire you to make music. Why would you put something in to sample if it's going to sound exactly the same? Why would you just plug it into your DAW and record it in there? Can you imagine if you plugged it into your DAW and it came out half the volume? This is basically it. When you plug this in, it records it. Okay, it'll record it, and it comes out good, great, 99.7, like I said. But in the SP, it comes out beautiful, better, bigger, fatter. It adds decoration to your sound. That's all I can say. It is decorated. Shoo. It is so decorated. That is the appropriate term that I was. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Decorated. What's up? Okay. And that's why I praise the MPC. I love it. The workflow's dope, and the sounds are cool. But when you mix it and everything, and you send out the songs, it ain't gonna be good. It ain't cool. It takes your sound and it decorates it. It dresses it. And I'm just trying to share as I go along the way. I'm no pro whatsoever at this. I just enjoy doing this, and I feel a passion for it, and I have to do it. And it brings me at peace. It takes me outside of this world that we live in, man. It puts me, and I'm locked in whenever I'm in here. And without it, I wouldn't be able to communicate with none of y'all. And I try to leave a comment. I try to answer questions. I'll email me. I'll give you my number. I did a class earlier today. I tried to. I sent videos, all the help I could. Left my number. Some people just don't want the help. That's why I charge on my site. And most likely, 9 out of 10, I give you the money back. Because those are the people that I'm willing to invest in. Are people that are willing to invest in themselves. Now, I'm not saying any more about this. It's just, my thing is, it's a beautiful thing. Swiss Army knife. Beautiful. It's a great tool, okay? But it's not a drum machine. It's not just a drum machine. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That is a synthesizer. That's my synthesizer, my sound, and I run so many wires in and out of so many other things. There's no way you can get a sound. There's no way that I can create a sound that duplicate what comes out of there. So if I don't record it, it's no bueno. And if I put it into the X, it'll capture it, but then I have to definitely send it through a mixer, and then I like to keep feeding things into other things. And the best sounding thing that I've fed something into was the SP. Period. So what I do, I go out of my mixer. I was going to go out of my mixer into the MPC live with like a compressor on it. And then I'm like, if the plugins sound okay, I've never really heard a real compressor, but I hear what it does with the MPC, and I can only imagine what a real compressor would do. So it teaches you a whole lot of stuff. I learned how to rig half of my modular rack by looking at the plugins on the screen. But that's what I'm saying. You get sidetracked doing different things, and it's very inspiring and everything. But when you're just wanting to throw down a beat and put it together and make it sound good, chop it up, you put it in the SP, and it comes out fire. I'm comparing it to the MPC being the Swiss Army knife, okay? And the SP would be a hammer, okay? So it does one thing very good. It hammers, and it's not gonna give you Swiss Army knife to open up a cork. You know, you can, whatever you can do with that hammer is what you're gonna do, and I just think it's dope. I really do. To be able to recall sounds on the SP, you have to create a folder, name the folder. It takes time to name the folder. Everything takes a little bit of time, but you get it done right. It's like the tortoise and the hare, you know. That's right, yeah. Big ass turtle and the rabbit. Same thing. That's what I think. NPCs being the rabbit, it's like, dude, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But that tortoise is just coming in. And it's just like, man, you have 1,000 dirt bikes going. That's the NPC. And then you got the tank rolling through is the SP. It's a dedicated box. Like I'm saying, they're both great devices. Me, I like the mixing. I'll admit it. I'm getting into the mixing. A lot of us are. But I'm tired of being a bedroom or basement producer, you know. I've fought for this throughout all my life. A lot of people say, no, you can't do this, or you have to give up something. I was like, no. I'm doing both very good. I'm doing both very, very good, best I can. And now that things are starting to happen for me on both sides. So maybe if I would have gave up one, I would have been up at little by little. I'm bringing those both up to the top, and it's really, really dope seeing it happen. And you guys are very helpful when it comes to it by leaving comments and everything. I read everything, and I take constructive criticism very well. If you're like, yeah, you got all that gear and don't know much about it. No, yeah, most definitely facts. I don't say, or you got a matriarch and you haven't mastered it yet. These instruments are things that grow with you over time. These are things that evolve with you in your experience, in your feelings, and everything. So I mean, when you get it and you turn it on and you plug it into your speaker, take the speaker and plug it right into the back and hit that, it makes you feel something. It makes you feel something. It takes you out of character. Like before I came down here, I was doing other stuff, going around. I'm locked in. I'm locked in now. I'm in my element, and the same thing happens whenever you turn on one of these boards. Now the sounds that come out, of the MPC, they're great. It gets your melodies out, and with the right mixing and everything, I got songs on there. I put out songs on here, and they sound good. They sound really good. I listen to them in the car, like, man, it helps me understand what mixing does to the song. So I'm really getting into that. I find it very interesting, and I'll share as I go. If I find a good levels and everything for you and everything, I'm sure we all know how to gain stage and all that. Anyway, back to the MPC and the ROSM. Okay, when you put the sounds into the MPC, if I were to play my electric guitar and plug it into the MPC, it gives you a pretty decent, it gives you damn near identical, okay, 99.99%, almost 100%. If your naked ear can't even tell, that sample comes in pretty freaking spot on. You add a little effect and it takes off, right? Okay, but when I sample into the SP, that same guitar, not only does it sound like it sounds more than identical, it gives me the same pitch, but it adds value to the sound that comes out, is all I'm saying. It, and it's yours. So I want to show you guys, I got like 12 different types of guitars, and I'm very excited to be able to name each one of them, or put the name that I've named each one of those guitars. You know, over time I've got 2 mandolins, a quattro, a few bass guitars. I like doing all that stuff. I love doing all that. Now that I can hook it all up, not that I couldn't without a rosin, it's just that I'm evolving, dude. I'm trying to get better. I want to be more than a basement. I want to be more than a basement producer, dude. I want to be I want to be more than that. You know what I mean? I've been doing that, and I've connected with people, and I've helped people make music. And they say, "Hey, Paul, yeah, just help me out. Look, check me out. I got signed with." I'm like, they took off, man. But I'm coming like the tortoise. I'm not stopping. I'm slow and steady, man. And I listen and I pay attention. And I want to share some of the things that I do because some people think my music's kind of cool or my approach to it. It's all original stuff. I was one that never sampled anything. I was like, why would I want to sample that? Why would I want the same samples you got in your MPC? We all got the same Arab pack. We all got the same boom bap pack. We all got the same 20 expansions inside of the MPC. You know? So, you know, I got my little girl, and she's 11, and she's got 7 songs out. And they're all on Apple, Deezer, the whole list. She's on all of them. And she's using the samples. I'm letting her tear into it, and they're clearing. They're good. And they sound good. We even offer the little mix button and pay an extra $5 to get it mixed down, because you mix it in here and you get the levels right. You set everything the way it's supposed to, and when you export that onto the computer, you have to remix it again. You have to, what is that? It didn't sound the same is all I was saying. I didn't say nothing about, I don't like the MPC. No, I'm saying when I put the levels up, I gain staged everything. I made sure it was all straight. Put it in the disc, took it out the way that I heard it, put it in there, went to the car, and no, it didn't sound like that. It didn't sound like headphones. I'm not talking about monitors. It even came out like headphones. It sounds the same out of the monitors of my headphones. And like I said, I got a lot to learn, and I'm sure I'm making a huge couple mistakes here and there along the way. I just like to share as I go. But I am going to sample every single guitar that I got. If I want a mandolin, I got 2 of them. I got electric, and I got an acoustic. I got a Quattro that I bought in Puerto Rico at a Plaza del Mercado. They tried to sell me a Quattro. I go in there with my pops, and I was like, yeah, he wants to buy a, quiero comprar un Quattro. And I was like, all right. So I look in the back. He's like, look at these. They're all nice, right? All shiny and nice. And then I look in the back, and it said made in China. No, I ain't got no problem with things made in China. I ain't got no problem with things made in China. But that instrument's supposed to be made by Puerto Rican or Mexico, Puerto Rico, anywhere but in China. They don't play that Quattro. Come on now. You got more Chinese and Puerto Rico speaking Spanish than you do Quattro players in China. Trust me. So it took me to a special dude, and it was a long story, but I ended up getting the Quattro. I'll show you guys here. You see the scratch marks inside of it. They made me this Quattro in Puerto Rico. It's sick. And can I play it all the way perfect? No, I can't play any of my instruments all the way, but I get the idea out. If I need a bend, that's all I need. I hear it. And with these here, with the drums that come out of that SP, I've never been able to appreciate the sound of boom bap. Okay? I've never been able to appreciate the sound of boom bap out of my studio. Okay? I'm listening to nothing but that. Just anybody that sees me in the passenger seat, because I can't drive, my brother thinks, love you, bro. He drives me to work every day. And we be listening to some boom bap. And just anybody that sees us knows that we're listening to that, because that's what you do when you hear that. And I've never really been able to appreciate the drums. It's hard for me to hear the lyrics now because I've gotten such an ear for good drums, man. I got the EA Ski kit going on. I sampled the kit. I got it on the MP3 or the WAV file from his site, easki.com, and put them in the MPC, and they sounded hotter than any drums that I've had in my MPC. And if you guys going to get them, go get them quick, because he's going to take them down, and ain't nobody going to have the same drums. And he gets that, you know. It was nice to give us his set. His set. Very, very cool. But those drums come out fire, so I took them through here, and I sample them when I need them. I go into my mixer, and I hit that pad and I sample them on the Rosum. Woo, man, what a noise! It's just like analog gear. How I go from one into a filter, out of a dynamic filter into a ADSR, out of an ADSR into uh, a freaking flanger that I have. One box that just makes it flange, or it makes it pivot back and forth the sound, or one box that expands it. And these boxes are dedicated to the task. Now, if I just wanted to do all that, I could do it in MP. I'm just saying it sounds amazing, is what I'm saying. So I sample all of that stuff into my keys, and then after I put them in my keys and I make a melody out of it, I'll wipe the drums completely. I'll chop up the melody and I'll put it in my SP. And man, when I add those drums into there, it's sick. I did find a cool trick to sync up the MPC because I'm not very good at playing drums. But I do that with MIDI. But just inside the box, you can make a full-fledged song the same way I've been making songs on this MPC. The same workflow. I can show you. Let me know if you want me to. I can definitely run you through that. When Behringer went in with InMusic, they ended up making a Model D plugin. Now they got a Juno clone plugin. So now Moog is up next. So guess what we're probably going to be getting for the MPC. Now it's really, really dope, guys. And if you really, really like the sounds of these synthesizers, I would highly recommend going out and getting one, you know. These are just a taste, okay? The plugins that they give you in here are just a taste of what you could actually get. It's an example. It's an example of it. It's you know what I'm saying? When you turn the knob to the Model D, your keyboard doesn't, you don't open your eyes and see a Model D sitting in front of you. It's still this controller sending signals, you know what I'm saying? So when you get a Model D, it's harder to use, but that's the beautiful thing about it, is you have to learn how to use it. People are like, learn your gear. Like, dude, all you're doing is, you're not turning any knobs or anything in here. So you're basically, if you like the Juno clone, or you like the Model D or the little D that they got in here, that's really, really dope. And I can do a sound comparison with mine and it'll sound good all day and whatever. But when you feel the ground shaking, it's a different story. Period. When you feel it in your chest, it's a different story. I'm just saying this with mixing, just saying in the box. Don't worry about the mixing. Don't even, out of the box. Let's talk about out of the box, all right? When you open up this out of the box and you plug in some HS5s or some HS8s and you plug them out of the monitor, just plug them in like that, and you hit it, it's going to sound good. When you do it on an SP, it's going to shake the floor. It's going to shake, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take the sound that you give it and give it something more. It doesn't take your money and just keep taking it. It takes your money and makes you better. As a producer, I could say okay, take that back. As a music creator or someone who's trying to put their music out, I like the way that shakes my house. Okay, I've been using the MPC for 5 years. Just the X. I use the 2000 XL on the other side of my studio. I've been in this house for 11 years now. Almost 12 years. So 12 years ago, I had the XL in the other room set up with a good setup, dude. I didn't know what I had set up. But, yeah. But yeah, so and then I've used a lot of gear before that, okay? And that's why I praise the MPC. I love it. The workflow's dope, and the sounds are cool. But when you mix it and everything, and you send out the songs, it ain't gonna be good. It ain't cool. It's maybe cool, okay, but not without going into a mixer or anything like that. They're like, oh yeah, you got to go into a mixer. No. I am curious that when I make a full song in that SP, and I go directly into there, how much fatter that signal is going to be, and how much more decorated that sound's going to be. That's the word I'm looking for. This shit's decorated. It is decorated. Shoo. It is so decorated. That is the appropriate term that I was like. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Decorated. It takes your sound and it decorates it. It dresses it up. It takes that, okay? You walk in, your car wash, you go to your car wash, you put your car through it, and it's cleaned and it looks good. The same car that comes out. The SP, I don't know why, cleaner water or something that they got going on in there, but when I would pay the same or more, I guess you paid more. But the point is, when I put money aside, when you put the sound into it, they're like, no, you can't. No, the sound ain't better. I think, trust me, dude, when you pay for a better car wash, your car is going to come out a little more clean. All right? Unless you living in a good area and that expensive car wash is just a scam or is broke. Anyway. Yeah, that's how I can say that. But yeah, man, I've been digging on that boom, boom, really, really cool. It's weird to me because I've played drums on here, and what I mean microwave beats. Yeah. Let's do this real quick. Sequence 11, right? Let's just go here and pick up a black. We'll go to this boom backpack right here, right? And already I don't know the names of the drums or nothing. We're just skipping all that. None of that matters, right? None of that matters. None of this matters. We don't need to know the names of these. We don't need to know what folder they're saved in. None of that stuff. We just taking spices out of the bag and putting it on a pizza, right? And then wondering why the customers are walking away. I'm just saying, dude, when you know how many slices you got out of that onion, you know your food costs, you know everything. What I'm saying? So check us out. You want to make a beat with this? We just sit here all day long, 4 bars, just go like this. And 4 bars, old school, I'm going to call it old school. On old school, you go 2 bars. This way you can just go boom, bop, you're done. Because it's the tortoise. It's not the rabbit where you go boom, bop, boom, bop. Saying it. The rabbit tortoise thing. Okay, here we go. Check it out. We're just make a beat, microwave beat. I don't know the names of none of these songs. Let's make that 2 bars. Okay, whack beat, right? Way whack beat. Let's go to make another one. I don't know the names of those drums and any of that. It don't matter, right? None of that matters, so. Here we go. Let's do this one. Another whack beat. Let's make a good one. Easy, right? Or better yet, let's just go and do this. Let's go to a new project. And this is what I'm saying. It's like I'm not missing anything. I don't know how many drums there were in there. And it makes you to where you don't care about it. You don't care. I just erased that. You saw that? I just erased that. Could have been a gym in there. And there, you don't get to pull up sounds from other banks unless you know where they're at and you name them. It's very, very strict and old school. And I don't think the people these days really understand that you need a certain discipline to do this for real. And this isn't helping you. It's helping you make music. I mean, you make some bomb stuff. Watch, we're going to do something real cool. I'm not going to knock it. I love the MPC. We're going to go Empty Project. I love I think I know how to use the MPC. I'm up there with a lot of people, okay? I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to use this. Both of them. Hell with it, right? I got boom bap track, right? And then I'm going to hit up my sequences here and go to a trap. I like Cyclone Wars, so I want to go to that sequence. See, and yeah, you can go through your files and everything, but how'd they get in here? They're like, how did you put these files in here? You know, in the SP, you have to put them in here. That's why I love that. That's why I love it. Now, okay, check this out. We go to this sequence here. I'm going to lay down this drum. We don't even know what the drums sound like. We're just going to go right here. And I'm going to copy this bad boy. Because we don't care, right? We're just gonna do random stuff. So I go to track 2. I'm going to change my kit. We got 2 kits. Boom, bap, boom, bap. I'll go back to track 1. I'm going to explode this, right? I'm going to go to track 2. Just because we didn't name half of these drums. So if I fire track 1 and track 2 off now, I'm going to get all these drums going off at the same time. So since we didn't really have any, like me, I don't know how to play drums, so I just go like... Dope, right? You can do that all day long. You sit there and you keep doing it. And yeah, you can make beats like that, but I don't know, man. It's like I've been working on one song on the MP, and I'm like, man, I tunicate each sound. I chop everything. It's like cooking a good meal, man. You just throw it all in the pot and add water, not even enough to where it's just burning in the bottom. And your noodles come out all crunchy. And I'm just saying, man, I've learned that quality does take a little bit over quantity. Now, it's a tight beat. But if I sample that, each pad, out into that SP, which I'm not going to do it because it's disrespectful. It'll come out hot, dude. Come out fire. Now, if you go into a mixer and you juice it and you got a great mixer and your shit's good, man, yeah. I'm learning about that, audio processing and stuff like that. Yeah, you should be able to take any noise. You should be able to snap into a microphone and make it pop. I heard some shit on the radio today. It sounded like it was cracking the car. I don't understand how to get that out wide. Like I said, stereo, and you pan them out. I'm learning this, you know what I'm saying? So it's a fun place to be lost in is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. And I'm just trying to share as I go along the way. I'm no pro whatsoever at this. I just enjoy doing this, and I feel a passion for it, and I have to do it. And it brings me at peace. It takes me outside of this world that we live in, man. It puts me, and I'm locked in whenever I'm in here. And without it, I wouldn't be able to communicate with none of y'all. And I try to leave a comment. I try to answer questions. I'll email me. I'll give you my number. I did a class earlier today. I tried to. I sent videos, all the help I could. Left my number. Some people just don't want the help. That's why I charge on my site. And most likely, 9 out of 10, I give you the money back. Because those are the people that I'm willing to invest in. Are people that are willing to invest in themselves. Now, I'm not saying any more about this. It's just, my thing is, it's a beautiful thing. Swiss Army knife. Beautiful. It's a great tool, okay? But it's not a drum machine. It's not just a drum machine. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That is a synthesizer. That's my synthesizer, my sound, and I run so many wires in and out of so many other things. There's no way you can get a sound There's no way that I can create a sound that duplicate what comes out of there. So if I don't record it, it's no bueno. And if I put it into the X, it'll capture it, but then I have to definitely send it through a mixer, and then I like to keep feeding things into other things. And the best sounding thing that I've fed something into was the SP. Period. And yeah, I'm just trying to get my sound to sound the way that I'm looking for. I'm not saying, oh, well, it sounds better than anything. I just get more. It decorates the sound, is all I'm saying. It enhances the sound. Why would you put something in to sample if it's going to sound exactly the same? Why would you just plug it into your DAW and record it in there? Can you imagine if you plugged it into your DAW and it came out half the volume? This is basically, when you plug this in, it records it, okay? It'll record it, and it comes out good. Great, 99.7, like I said. But in the SP, it comes out beautiful, better, bigger, fatter. It adds decoration to your sound. That's all I can say. I think I ranted on enough about this. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And yeah, that TR-808 kit that I got the other day is slamming. But it's just slamming. While I was talking, we already forgot about the beat that I just made. We don't remember what it sounds like, right? It had no play value. I can listen to a 4-bar loop on here for hours and just break my neck, dude. Break my neck open. I'm trying to turn it up louder because it sounds good and it feels good. And that's my honest opinion on that. Some people say that it's just a flex to get older gear. But no, it's a flex whenever you're trying to make your sound better. It's like being in a gym and being mad at the dude because he's so swollen. He's like, oh, he's just flexing. It's like, no, that's what you're there to do. That's what we're here to do, is make great music, great sounds. I might not make the greatest music, but my sounds will sound really good, and they'll inspire you to make music. When you hear it, like when I heard EA's drums, like when I hear good drums, you want to make more of it. You want to hear more of it. You ever hear somebody tell a good story and you want to listen to it, opposed to somebody tell a bad story and you're like, eh. So it's just like this. You go to the main menu, and my whole thing is there are no bad beats, because with this you can just make 100. Go back in here, and people are saying, oh yeah, 10-minute challenge. But shit, dude, and then I take this. Okay, you guys don't want to, this is my point right here. Once I do this to all of these sounds, and I'm going to show a whole bunch of kids how to do this way they can pump them out even faster. We won't be able to use no more boom back sample packs. We're going to use this one. We're just going to use 1 pack this time. And we'll be nice. And then I'm going to use that sequence. Cool. And yeah, it's a great trick. It's a great trick. But I'm not into too many more tricks, man. I want to make music. These are great tips along the way, but it doesn't help me understand a lot of stuff. It just educates you. I feel more educated labeling my stuff and caring about my product a whole lot more than just throwing it out the bag and putting it on there. I only do that in case of an emergency. You know what I'm saying? I only do that in case of an emergency. Let's go to sequence 2 here. And our song's done. Look at that. Our song's done. We're just gonna go like this. Explode these bad boys. Here we go. That's nasty. So there you go. Now you could just sit here and be like, okay, that's a cool little jam send it out. Mute out your different parts. Go like that, sequence 2, sequence 3, sequence 4, sequence 5. Sequence 6. Jesus, man, what is going on? Alright, man, it's good for content, I'll tell you that. Damn. My goodness, let's do another one. Let's go with that Trap Carter kit. Let's make another song while we're here, but let's do it backwards. Let's do a boom back with A-rap stuff. 95 beats per minute. We'll double that. This way it's more in an A-rap style. Okay? But everybody's got these. Go to another sequence. We just made 2 songs. Let's make another one. Okay, play boom bap sequence. That one. Yes. Into this sequence right here. Boom bap track. Let's hit this pencil here. Explode. And it's obviously digital. It's basically a DAW too on top of that. Like I say, Swiss Army knife. Let's go in here and go to mute, and let's go. Sequence 1. Sequence 2. Sequence 3. Sequence 4. Alright, and it's cool, right? And I'm just saying, those beats are weak, right? But let's say we want, like, where are we at? Come here. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can deal with all of them. My point is, I didn't care about none of those songs or none of those sounds, and that's a big flaw whenever you're making music. You need to care about every single thing that you're doing. When you're in the kitchen, you want to care about every single knife that you're using. You use the right one for the right purpose, and I'm learning this, so that's why I'm sharing it. It's extremely important. So that's really all my thoughts on that. Like I say, again, this is a Swiss Army knife. It does a whole lot of stuff. And you want a Swiss Army knife, but when you're focusing and working, you want the right stuff. You want a dedicated box for the task at hand. You need a piano, sample a piano. You want a guitar, get a guitar. You're not gonna beat the real deal. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna come into my shop and produce a better product than I can. You know what I'm saying? Your beats might be better, but my product's off the hook, dude, because I only do the best and I know what goes into it. And I understand mixing, and I compare it a lot with food. Like on my prep station, you know, I don't have all of my ingredients in one freaking thing. It looks like where all the toppings fall off into the grate. No, I got them in individual containers. This way they don't cross-contaminate. The same thing with mixing. So if you're into food, which a lot of us have to eat, you can understand this. You know what I'm saying? So I just really wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope that this helped. And if not, I hope you had a good time listening to somebody trying to be positive on here about, you know, just quality of sound, I guess. Another thing that I did want to bring up is if you're sharing videos and stuff and you get kicked out of certain Facebook groups because of it, you didn't need to be in there anyway. Those are people that don't want you to do better. Those are people that won't mention you. They don't care about you. All they want you to do is sit there and follow their lead, because as soon as you sit there and try to help, and they're like, dang, dude's for views? You think I'm posting stuff on your Facebook group for views? It's because I care about helping other people, and y'all invited me over there, and then my videos got taken down on there, and then you're kicking people off for sharing my videos. So I don't know, man, that ain't for me. Like I say, I don't like too many tricks, and just the community in general, the SP gang has come up hard, and they support me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of support over here with SP. Just saying. I already seen like 5 or 6 different Puerto Ricans. I've seen some Latinos playing up on this shit. So I got, I found my group of people. It's like being in a prison yard, dude. You gotta hang with your own. I got a lot of support from the SP gang, and I appreciate that very, very much. And then since I got into the quality of sound, not only has my sound, but the quality of life that I've had, the quality of friends, the quality of people that I'm associating myself with has gone up. So I really think that's dope too, man. It's amazing what sound can do for you. It's a universal language, and when you speak it, you connect with the most unique people. And it's a beautiful thing, man. And without it, I wouldn't have been able to. We would not be sitting here right now. I wouldn't be able to say that I've talked to these certain people or helped these people or they've helped me. It's because of music. So why not want it to sound better? When you pass on and they say, man, when you go through the gates, you hear this music of angels singing and this sound that you never heard. I bet it ain't coming out of an Akai. I bet you it's coming out an SP though. I know they're using an SP up there. I'll see you guys later.